Haití, Part 1. This is Haiti, or as we say in Espanol, Haití. Here's the other part of the island, La República Dominicana. I was in Haití last week, and I cannot wait to go back. This hombre was playing la trompeta as I was walking out of the aeropuerto in Haití, just after my plane landed. He was trying to stay out of the hot Haiti sun, and I was trying to get him to move into the light so I could film him. I was hoping he'd play a Haitian song, but he thought I wanted to hear a patriotic American song. He could not have been more wrong, but I decided not to interrupt him. However, I should have, because I didn't go all the way to his country to hear a song from mine. Still, the man's working to provide for his family, and I was happy to help. I gave him $2 for playing, which is really good money for him, and he didn't put very much time into it anyway. I figured he would play 2 songs, but he only played 1. The airport police are probably getting at least half of what he makes. I saw him standing behind him in the shade beside their parked vehicle. The buttons on the horn, the valves, are sticking because of the humidity. Humidity makes a harmonica stick too. Let's listen to this guy.
Bajo el sol, solet. Lo que toca, por favor.
I stopped by an orphanage. So many Haitian kids don't have a mom or a dad. Some parents have been killed in natural disasters, and others, I don't know where they are. Many of them probably feel that parenting is completely impossible when you're as poor as they are. That's a popular broom in Haiti. And talk about motorcycles, whew, lots of them. Just look at them all and imagine riding one in this kind of traffic.
That was so much nicer fun.
You're hearing the voices of Americans I was traveling with. They spoke only English. By the time my week on the island was over, I was surprised to find that I had spoken Spanish almost the whole time. That was possible because I met about a half a dozen Haitian men who knew Spanish, some amount of it. Why do they know Spanish? Well, when they go over to the other side of the island, they go oftentimes to work in the sugarcane fields, on the sugarcane plantations. And while they are there, they learn Espanol. Some work there for years. They may not stay there. Probably most of them would come back home for part of the time and then go back. So, back and forth across because it's not that far away. While they're there, they speak Spanish to the other Dominican workers, and after a while, after several years, some of them get really good at Spanish. Otherwise, the language of this island nation is Creole, Haitian Creole, a language soup made of French, Portuguese, Spanish, and several African dialects. Very few Haitians understand Spanish. French is spoken by many people in the country's capital, Port-au-Prince, but most Haitians do not speak French. This driver's name is Junior. Junior. You can tell by looking at him that he's from the Dominican Republic. He speaks very good Espanol. Junior has lived in Haiti most of his 20 years, but he actually spent the first few years in La República Dominicana. That's because his father went over there to work in the sugarcane plantations. While he was there, he met Junior's mother. So then after they were married and they had a baby and they named him Junior, Junior learned the language of his mama. And he and I spoke Espanol the whole time. But he also spoke Haitian Creole. About 6 years ago, Junior went back to the Dominican Republic to marry a girl he had met there. But then she didn't want to move to Haiti.